I want to talk briefly about the pentatonic scale and how you can get a little bit more use out of it, maybe. So, we're going to do this in E minor slash G major. First, I want to talk to you about what I mean about that. So, the pentatonic scale in E minor that you're most likely familiar with. That's also the G major pentatonic. The way you locate that is your E is at the bottom of the shape, and here, and at the top. Your G's are here. So when I'm in E minor, I just tend to focus around the E, and when I'm in G major, I tend to focus around the G. So let me demonstrate that a little bit for you with that pentatonic shape that you're probably already familiar with. Let me loop something in E minor right quick. That's just kind of staying around the E shape, the E minor shape, and kind of staying around the E notes. So now I'm going to hang out. I'm going to do one in G major real quick and hang around the G notes. Get the idea with that, I think. So that's our one shape. We're going to call it by two names. That's both our E minor shape if we're using it in that context, and it's our G major shape if we're using it that way. So next thing that I want to tell you that will help you along here is to learn not only this shape, but know that those notes and those shapes, there are different shapes up and down the fretboard. They give you the same 5 notes and that are different pentatonic shapes. So first one I'll use will be an upper extension of this called the VB box. And it's really 3 additional notes right there. But you use it kind of with all 5 here. I use it often as a transition, this note right here out of the other shape or back down. It's an easy way to get up and down a little bit right there, up and down the neck. So that's the BB box right there. There's another shape up here at the 5th and 7th fret. Another shape here, 7th and 10th. Right in there. Another shape up here. And then at the 12th fret, we're going to repeat our other shape back in E minor. So I locate these shapes primarily by knowing where either my E note or my G note is. And I just kind of know, even if I'm playing in the key of G, I know if I can find an E, I can do that minor pentatonic shape and I'm going to be good because that's a G major pentatonic shape, if that makes sense. So let's do a quick improvisation here, and I'm going to go all up and down the neck in both E minor and G major. So let's see which one's G's in the looper, so let's do that. find that was G major, and you can do the same thing with E minor. So let's hear that in E minor. Messed my loop up. So you can see that works. E major, G minor. So I'm going to show you one other thing here that's kind of cool you can do with the pentatonics. So if you're in a major key, let's talk about the key of G still, just to keep things simple. So we'll talk about the key of G. Let's loop that chord. That should be enough. So if this chord is just going to loop in the background, we know that we can play our G major pentatonic. So what else can we do over this? One thing that is kind of cool to do over this is on the G chord, we're going to find the major third of the G chord, which is B in this case. So that's our B note right there. There's another B right here. We're going to play a B minor pentatonic. So we're going to go, this is a G chord that's looping in the background. We're going to find the major third. We're going to play the minor pentatonic. So let's hear that in a progression. So to recap that real quickly, you can use the same shape for both E minor and G major. So if you're in the key of E minor, same shape works for G major. So you can use all those all the way up the neck. You can use all those. Second thing is that there are shapes all the way up the neck in the pentatonic scale, and I highly suggest you learn them. They are very useful. They will get you around the fretboard, make you start learning some landmarks. They are very good for you to know. So the third thing that I want you to get from this is that if you know what you're doing, you can kind of use some pentatonic shapes across other chords. They don't seem like they would make sense, but they do actually work over the chords and over the key. The example here was using the B minor pentatonic over the G major chord. What you're actually doing here is accessing some intervals of the major scale that the pentatonics don't normally access. Using the B minor over G, for example, is kind of like accessing sections of the Lydian mode. You have a sharp 4 and a major 7 in there. I will clarify that B minor does not contain C sharp, which is the sharp 4 in the key of G. B minor also does not contain G, which is the 1 in the key of G. So I frequently add those in to give that half step sharp 4 to 5 and the major 7 to 1 that is essential to the Lydian sound. Gives you those kind of different tones that you hear, is those different intervals that if you just play a G major pentatonic, you don't normally hear those intervals. That can be very useful when you're looking to sound just a little bit different than you did on the last thing you played.